Hey guys, welcome back. It's your boy Matty Ice, and I really hate this time of year because I've just gotten sick again. No, the stomach bug, but now I'm feeling a little bit better. Now, but I'm not 100%. But I'm feeling better. I'm still recovering from the stomach bug, which is never fun. But but today I want to do another review because I'm trying to keep this like a weekly series, trying to keep this every week. Today I wanted to do a review of the series Kingdom Come, and it was written by a guy named Mark Rod, and the art was done by Alex Ross, who, by the way, if you guys don't know, Alex Ross is like my favorite artist. But but this takes place in the DC universe, where there's like an alternate timeline of DC. So this is a world where Superman and a lot of other superheroes take off, like kind of abandon the world because of the guy named can never say his name, but it's like Maycog. So Maycog will that Maycog pretty much beat him and took over. And like after Batman left, that like he ended up killing the Joker. He killed a bunch of people like Lois Lane, and yeah. But this is kind of 10 years after the fact of Superman and like a lot of these people leaving, and it's pretty interesting because it's like it starts us off with Sandman, Wesley, who is also the Sandman dying, and he's talking to his priest, Norman McCoy, who is actually kind of a bigger part of the story. Which I never thought to say that, but he is bigger part, a bigger part of the story. But and then so that when he dies, so that when Sandman dies, like he was talking about how he has all these visions about the end of the world, and how the world's gonna come to an end with like an apocalypse type of situation, and so that when Sandman dies, that so Set McCoy, sorry, it's just, I keep forgetting his name. Set Norman McCoy starts having these visions now. Like it was passed on to Norman McCoy, and after mass one Sunday, he was he got approached by this character named the Spectre, and the Spectre took him on a journey all over the world. So we were some of these people are like Superman and Wonder Woman and Aquaman, and this whole time that we're seeing all this, that he's supposed to pass judgment on what's going on, and but that Superman ends up coming back after some convincing by Wonder Woman, and he had enough of this Macog guy, because at Macog led an army where he killed Captain Atom. Which honestly, that was a little disappointing, I think. But this whole story is about how they were trying to come back, like Superman, Wonder Woman, and that they were trying to recruit all these different people, like Batman, like they're trying to recruit Batman back. Which Batman in the story, obviously, like they're all a lot older, so Batman can't really move his role without this like mechanical body that he built for himself. In Gotham, he built almost like this militaristic state with like all these robots and stuff that they had. And but this whole time that they're trying to build up this army to teach these people not to kill, that there's just a bunch of stuff going on, like that Lex Luthor started a new organization to take over and stop superheroes again, because it's now such a problem, because that like there's always because now there's like these second and third generation superheroes coming out that are killing people, and so that's why Superman decided to come back, was because he heard about what happened in Kansas with Captain Atom dying and causing a big explosion. And I'm just gonna say, I thought the story, like, it wasn't a bad story by any means. It was a fairly like, I just wish the story was a little bit longer, because there's so much going on here, and like I know like some people may not understand some of the stuff I just said, which is okay, just because like there was just so much stuff, like the MOF, like that was the group that Lex Luthor started, which he ended up getting like Shazam and Batman to join, and then there was obviously the group of new superheroes that were killing everyone, and then there was Superman trying to recruit Batman back, and trying to recruit all these people. So there's a lot going on, and that this was only a 4 issue series. So there was only 4 issues to this main run, which is really annoying. So that was my biggest complaint, I think, out of this, was just the fact that the story was just way too big. Like, that they were trying to make the story way too big. And then, but in a 4-issue run. And that was my big complaint about the story. And then my other complaint was the art. So it's like, as much as I love his art, like Alex Ross's art, and like there was some fantastic panels in this story, and but during the battles, so that there was a few fight scenes, obviously, like especially towards the end where they all met and like and they fought, and it was definitely like just like there was some points in the art where I was like, I don't know what's going on here, and I kind of like that's where I kind of think he struggles at a little bit, at least for me, is having these battles where obviously there's a lot of stuff happening, and like you got to make that a little bit more clear, because at those times I was like, I don't even know what's going on, like who was fighting who, or who was and so like I kind of wish they made this a little bit longer, and I wish that Alex Ross would come in, or would have someone else come in and help him draw the battle sequences, because at least for me, I was like there was time again, like just times I had no idea what was going on, and the story, like it was a good story for what it was. It was, I mean, again, like I wish they made it a few more issues longer, just because they tried to make it this big epic of, you know, like time has moved forward, like that. What do we try to do now? Like, what's the good thing to do? Like, what's the right thing to do? And I think they couldn't get that across in just a 4-issue series. And now I know he wrote, and now I know like years later they end up doing like a prequel series, or like like a couple prequel series to it. But personally, I didn't see the appeal. Like I was like, okay, like it ended there, because at the end that so McCoy, the priest, was supposed to pass his judgment on to the people, to like all the superheroes, because at this point, like towards the end of the story, like it kind of picked up a little bit with like, well, that's right, because that Superman built this prison for all the superheroes, and that's where he threw all the superheroes in to like make the decision of like, what's good, like like that maybe we shouldn't be killing people, and obviously didn't work, and that's how the big battle happened. But honestly, I was a little disappointed in the story, because it's like I heard so much about, like so many good things about it, and it's again, I loved the art for the most part outside of the battles by Alex Ross. He's always a super consistent guy, and like I always loved, and like I liked where they were trying to go with the story of like, 10 years has passed since Superman and like a lot of these superheroes have helped and have killed, and I really wish that they just made it a little bit longer so they could kind of bring it out a little bit more. If that makes sense, like like flesh out the characters and like flesh out the story, because that there was so much going on there where it's like, okay, like who is with who, and like who like like what side are these people on, because there was just so much going on, and like I don't necessarily mind these big epic stories. Like I prefer like an epic, like like the big epic stories rather than like a short. But like again, like they just tried to make this into a epic story and a short run, where I feel like they probably could have benefited from another 10, 15 issues. And that, but again, that's just my opinion. Like that's my opinion, that they could have extended up by another 10, 15 issues instead of doing a 4-issue run, and then years later going back and then doing a prequel series. But I'm gonna give this a 7, and that's really just because the artwork for me. Like the art really brought up the score a little bit. I feel like if the art wasn't as good, I wouldn't have liked it as much, and like I think that brought it up a couple points. Just because it's like the story, like I like the concepts. I think he could have done a better job of doing those concepts, and like maybe instead of doing a big epic story, maybe make it a little bit more tight, or like a little bit more simpler. And that's my thoughts on it. A little 7 out of 10 action. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. It's your boy, Matty Ice.